Everything you've been told about investing is a lie, not because it's completely false, but because it's incomplete. Wall Street built an entire system around keeping you confused, dependent, and predictable. They want you to think investing is complicated, that you need experts, fancy charts, and expensive funds. But here's the truth. The real path to wealth is simple, and that's exactly why they'll never tell you about it. Let me tell you a story. In 2008, millions of people lost everything: their homes, their savings, their future. But while the world was burning, Wall Street was celebrating. The same banks that sold toxic investments to ordinary people were betting against them behind closed doors. And when the crash came, they made billions. Here's the shocking part: nothing really changed. The financial industry still profits more when you stay confused. They invent complex products, create endless jargon, and flood the media with noise, all to make you believe you can't invest without them. But here's the truth they'll never say out loud: ordinary investors can beat the system simply by refusing to play their game. You don't need secret information or expensive funds. You just need to understand how the game works, and who it was really designed to benefit. The first truth is this: complexity isn't a bug in the system, it's the business model. The more complicated investing seems, the more you believe you need someone else to handle it for you. That's how Wall Street makes money, by convincing you that you can't do it alone. They use words like derivatives, structured products, and alpha generation to sound sophisticated. But behind the curtain, most of these products exist for one reason: to generate fees. Layers of management, endless trading, and constant movement, all designed to look smart while draining a small percentage from your account year after year. And here's the trick: even a small fee destroys your returns over time. A 2% annual fee might sound tiny, but over 30 years, it can eat up almost half your potential wealth. That's not an accident. It's a perfectly engineered system where you take the risk, and they take the reward. The truth is, good investing isn't complicated, it's boring. The moment you understand that, you start seeing through the illusion. And that's exactly what they don't want. The second truth is that the media isn't here to educate you, it's here to stimulate you. The financial news industry makes billions by keeping investors anxious, emotional, and always reacting. Every headline screams urgency: market crash coming. Buy this stock before it's too late. Experts predict massive gains. But here's what most people don't realize: those experts often work for the very same institutions that profit from your fear and excitement. When you panic, you trade. When you trade, they earn fees. When you chase the next hot tip, you move your money, and every move means more profit for them. Meanwhile, the investors who quietly ignore the noise, the ones who stay calm, think long-term, and keep costs low, end up with the best result. The media doesn't want that story, because calm doesn't sell. Fear does. Every day, Wall Street and the media work together to feed you a steady diet of distraction, not to inform you, but to keep you spinning. The real money isn't made by predicting the market, it's made by predicting you. And that's a game you only win by refusing to play. The third truth is what I call the expert illusion. Wall Street wants you to believe that investing success depends on finding the smartest person in the room, someone with advanced degrees, expensive suits, and a Bloomberg terminal full of charts. But here's the uncomfortable truth: most so-called experts don't beat the market. Decades of research prove it. Year after year, over 80% of professional fund managers underperform simple index funds. Yet, they still collect their bonuses and management fees, even when you lose money. They win either way. And it's not because they're stupid. It's because the system rewards short-term performance and complexity, not long-term result. Their goal isn't to make you rich, it's to keep you invested with them. Meanwhile, the boring investor, the one quietly buying low-cost index funds and holding them for decades, often ends up outperforming the professionals. No meetings, no predictions, no insider tip. Just patience, discipline, and math. The biggest lie in finance is that you need someone smarter than you to handle your money. You don't. You just need a plan that's simple enough to stick with when everyone else is panicking. The fourth truth is the incentive trap, and it explains almost everything about why the financial system works the way it does. Wall Street doesn't move based on what's best for you. It moves based on incentives. The incentives of bankers, brokers, and advisors are often the exact opposite of yours. They're paid when you act, not when you succeed. They earn commissions when you buy a product, open an account, or make a trade, whether it makes you money or not. That's why the average investor gets constant advice to diversify, adjust, or rebalance. It sounds smart, but it mostly means more transactions and more fees. Even financial advisors who seem independent can be tied to hidden incentives, earning more from certain funds or insurance products. The system is designed to make you feel like you're getting help, when in reality you're the product. The best investors in the world understand this simple truth. If someone makes money every time you make a decision, they have a reason to make you decide more often. If you ever wonder why the system seems rigged, it's because it is, not by conspiracy, but by design. And the only way to win is to stop feeding it. The fifth truth, and the one Wall Street never wants you to realize, is that wealth doesn't come from chasing opportunities. It comes from owning assets and letting time do the work. The entire financial industry thrives on activity, but the investors who win play a completely different game. They buy, hold, and ignore the noise. Think about it. Every chart, every headline, every hot stock tip is designed to make you react. But the real path to wealth is slow, consistent, and frankly, boring. You buy productive assets, stocks, index funds, real estate, and you hold them for decades. You reinvest dividends, you avoid unnecessary trades, and you let compounding quietly do its magic. Here's what they'll never tell you: patience outperforms brilliance. You don't need to predict the next crash or trend. You just need to own pieces of great companies and not sell them every time the market sneezes. In a world addicted to speed, slowness is your edge. The investors who build generational wealth aren't the ones who chase, they're the ones who wait. And that's exactly what Wall Street doesn't want, because patience doesn't pay them. It pays you. So now you know the 5 truths that Wall Street hides from you. Complexity is a business model. The media profits from your emotions, experts often lose to simple strategies, incentives drive manipulation, and real wealth comes from patience, not prediction. But here's the twist: even knowing all this, most people still won't change a thing. They'll keep chasing quick wins, trusting the wrong people, and paying hidden fees, all while believing they're playing it safe. And that's exactly what the system wants. Because as long as you keep reacting, they keep collecting. But what if you stopped playing their game entirely? What if you learned to invest like the insiders, not by taking more risk, but by seeing through the illusion? That's what we'll uncover next. The simple strategy the wealthy actually use to build long-term freedom, quietly, predictably, and without permission from Wall Street. Here's the truth they'll never tell you: you don't need Wall Street's permission to build wealth. You don't need to watch the markets every day, follow every headline, or trust people who make money from your confusion. The real secret to investing is painfully simple: own great assets, stay consistent, and never let fear or greed make your decisions for you. Wealth isn't built in moments of excitement, it's built in years of patience. Every paycheck you invest, every dividend you reinvest, every temptation you resist, that's how freedom is built. It doesn't happen overnight, and that's exactly why most people miss it. Remember this: the market is designed to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. If you can learn to stay calm when others panic, you'll already be ahead of 90% of investors. So the next time someone tells you there's a new way to get rich, remember, the old way still works. Buy quality. Hold long. Ignore noise. Wall Street hides this truth because they can't profit from your independence. But once you see through the illusion, you're free. If this video helped you see the system differently, subscribe now, because in the next one, I'll break down how the world's wealthiest investors actually structure their portfolios for long-term freedom. Simple, proven, and 100% independent from Wall Street's games.